Let's turn from data transparency to data privacy. This week, Shaun Donovan, director of the Office of Management and Budget, said it's time to stop reinventing the wheel. He wants to create a federal privacy council so individual agencies can share information in order to craft better privacy policies government-wide. For more, I'm joined by Greg Otto, technology editor for FedScoop. Greg, let's get a quick state of the state. The government collects a huge amount of data from American citizens, largely at the agency level. Generally speaking, how do those agencies safeguard privacy? What kind of rules govern the personally identifiable information?
Well, the rules come from different policies and directives from across the government. There is directives from OMB, specifically a circular A130. There is a memorandum, I believe it's 17-06, that dictates how agencies are to handle PII, as well as FSMA regulations. FSMA is updated every 2 years, and the Office of Management and Budget just put out how their guidance will look for FSMA in 2016. That is a very key document into how agencies deal with PII.
All right, now enter Shaun Donovan. He wants to model this Federal Privacy Council after the CIO Council. Tell us more.
So there is going to be a new council called the Federal Privacy Council. Currently, there is a privacy committee on the CIO Council, but now this is going to be moved into something a little bit more formal. Mark Groman, who is the senior privacy advisor for OMB, is going to lead this effort. And into 2016, you're going to see a lot of chief privacy officers from around different agencies come together and sort of codify and modernize how agencies are going to be dealing with privacy regulation moving forward.
Greg, for many agency CIOs, privacy policy is part of the job. What about overlap?
So there is going to be some overlap. There is some overlap right now because privacy officers do work with CIOs. But with the A130 revisions that are going on right now, there is an effort to streamline security and privacy. So when I talked to Groman earlier this week, he talked about how privacy should be enabling technology moving forward. That's something that CIOs are going to like once they see this sort of roll out. Anything that makes a CIO jobs easier is going to be welcomed.
Donovan rolled this out at the Federal Privacy Summit. You write he also appealed for federal privacy policies to be backed up with cash. What does that mean?
I don't think so much that the cash is the big thing. I think that the resources are a really big thing. It reminds me of what Tony Scott has been saying in relationship to the cybersecurity workforce, that he's trying to get cybersecurity workforce modernized and get fresh young minds in to protect agency assets. That's what Groman wants to do with privacy experts, bring in fresh young thinking to privacy policies, and I think that is going to take place and take hold with this Privacy Council that's going to come next year.
I'm curious, Greg, what prompted this initiative? Did OMB give any indication?
I think there was some indication. There was nothing that really stuck out, but I think that A130 revision that I mentioned earlier, the streamlining of the privacy and security was really a big deal when we wrote about it in June. So it's not surprising to see that they are trying to move it to a more modern stance within the federal government.
All right, Greg Otto, technology editor for FedScoop. Thanks, Greg.
Thank you.